Okay, hello everyone. Good afternoon. I'm Maurice Alders. I'm a professor at the Academic Medical Center of the University of Amsterdam, where we are working in a biomedical optics and engineering department, which is an institute or a department which is very similar to the institute of Mr. Berlin, the previous speaker. And I have the pleasure of inviting you to Amsterdam for a European Consortium workshop and in the 21st January of 2016. But before we go into details of that workshop, I'll just tell a little bit about what we do, and then I'll show you something more about the photonics efforts in the Netherlands. As I already said, our institute is very similar, biomedical engineering and physics, so biochemistry, both clinical and preclinical research, but we're also good incubators for SMEs in the medical sector. My personal specialism is spectral imaging for oncology, for looking at processes at a cellular level, but also for forensics, so for bruises, for wounds that are caused by crimes, but also for crime scene investigations. So that's basically a transition from techniques that we developed in the medical field into other fields. And recently we also moved to art, looking at works of art with our spectral imaging techniques or medical applications. So as you can see on the night image, it's Amsterdam by night. And with this short presentation, it has a very simple message, and it is all inviting you to come to Amsterdam for 2 days on spectral imaging applications. But before that, I want to show you a little movie. In the Netherlands, we have a very strong photonics sector, and fortunately for us, with that, a very successful funding program, the IOP. And on behalf of that program, there is a movie which shows highlights of that particular funding program, and which shows you the experts, which hopefully will also be there at this workshop.
In the world of photonics, it's all about light. Photonics is about generating, detecting and manipulating light. Light for the well-being of mankind. Photonics has led to a boom in new applications for communication, consumer and health products. All these applications have a huge impact on society, and many of them are already being tested or are in use in the Netherlands. We look at some very promising examples where photonic components have become indispensable in the medical world, both for diagnostics and for therapeutic purposes.
One of the advantages of mammography is that when we are doing a mammography, we can see the difference between tissue, normal breast tissue, and tumor. With tomography, we can see the difference. Also, in very dense tissue, we can see tumors.
In this approach, we use light coming from laser, which is coupled with the help of optical fibers, which will fall into this imaging tank when the woman lies flat with the breast inside the imaging tank. And the light is absorbed by the cancer, which produces ultrasound, which can then be picked up with an ultrasound transducer. And with this technology, we can make better images without having compression of the breast, and thereby ease the pain that is caused to the patient.
This means that in the future, it will be possible to detect breast cancer at an earlier stage than now. Not only in Twente are they developing new ways to find tumors. At the Leiden University Medical Center, a new photonic device is used to spot tumors. Here it clearly shows the surgeon where the tumor is located in the patient's liver. Before, the surgeon had to locate the tumor with his hands.
In this project, we wanted to detect and treat very early tumors. So when they're just starting to grow, they're relatively easy to treat, but they're very hard to find. And in this project, we're basically developing a particle, a very special particle, an upconversion nanoparticle, with which we can detect these tumors with a very good contrast compared to the surrounding tissue. And we can, in the same instance, treat these tumors.
It will make the life of the surgeons more easy, because instead of the hands and eyes, they can now use the camera system. And of course, the most important thing is it will be beneficial for the patients, because they can be treated very efficiently and very quickly.
This system is already in use in the operating room. In Utrecht, photonics are used in another way. Together with the university, M1 Labs developed a scan that provides revolutionary ways for doing research.
One injects the mouse with molecules called tracer molecules. Tracer molecules emit high energy photons that you cannot see with normal photo cameras. This machine can see very high energy photons in a tremendous detail and make even 3D or 4D images of that.
With the scan, scientists can do all kinds of research without having to operate. They can actually see through the body tissues and select where to focus on.
It's like putting on your glasses for the first time and say, wow, I can read.
This can help the development of new cancer treatments drastically. And these are just 3 examples of how scientists are working with photonics in the Netherlands. In these projects, collaboration is the key word.
We have a unique thing in the Netherlands that it's a small country, but many top research institutes close to each other that can collaborate and then quickly move to a project, realize something, and then finally transform it into products like the machine you see here.
If you wish to speed up your innovation in photonics, Photonics NL, the Memphis platform, the Dutch top sector high-tech systems and materials and Dutch companies are all there to assist you. Make use of this expertise to develop new possibilities for photonic devices into socially relevant and sustainable business applications.
Well, then we just continue with a simple message, inviting you. So on behalf of the Photonics Cluster Netherlands and the AMC, of course, I would like to invite you on a workshop which we have called Beyond Vision. With spectral imaging, as you all know, it's possible to create new contrasts, to look at all kinds of processes by looking at the spectral components of the light. And it has many applications, ever growing with the increasing status of the technique. So it has applications in medicine, in healthcare, in food, in agriculture, in forensics, and as I just mentioned, in art and art science. These will be the topics of the workshop that will be held at the AMC. There will be interactive workshops, explore the possibilities for your work, so there will be very interactive workshops with open discussions on the wishes and possibilities of the techniques. That's basically a meeting the experts panel. Furthermore, there will be presentations on medicine, on food safety, forensics and safety, applications of spectral imaging and spectroscopy in these areas. Very new is the science and art. So how can we put medical techniques that we may have already invented in other domains, how can we apply them in the art world? And the most important thing of these networks is always, of this workshop is always the networking. So there will be plenty of opportunities of networking, and we will also facilitate using some excursions. The venue will probably be the AMC. We're still looking into the most interesting venue for you, but there will be excursions to the Rijksmuseum, also very important to deal with light and spectral imaging, identification of pigments, falsification of paintings, those kind of things will be presented. And the AMOF Institute will also probably be one of the institutes that we will visit. So with this very short presentation, I can just say we hope, also on behalf of the Photonics Cluster Netherlands and the AMC, Gustav Miniau, Dick Stierenborg and me, to welcome you on the 21st January 2016 in Amsterdam. Thank you.